Hello friends, welcome to Jenna Knits. My name is Jenna and I like knitting. Today, I apologize, I have no mic. The batteries are dead in it and I didn't know till just now, so I will try to up my volume just a smidge so that the people that were having a hard time hearing can hear me a bit better. Today is a very exciting day. First of all, we're starting off spring knits with a huge win. It is the beginning of February and I have a finished object, okay? I'll show some B-roll over here so you can see the length and everything, but this will be the first pattern that I talk about in my spring knits collection. I have 6 patterns that I want to complete before summer. Some of them are tanks, some of them are short sleeves, most of them are like fingering or lace weight, which is a little bit bold for me to think that I can have that done as fast as I possibly think. But I'm really excited about the collection that I have decided on for my spring knits. I have all of the yarn picked out for the most part. There's one that I'm still trying to figure out color-wise what I want it to be. But for the most part, I have at least one ball of yarn for each pattern that I picked so I can get it started. This one that I am wearing is the Swift Tank by Cool Stitches. I have been wanting to do this pattern for a while and I had it on my stitches, on my needles for a hot minute waiting for Lang Liza in cream to come back into stock, and then they just decided to discontinue that yarn, so I was pairing it with Lang Liza and my Amani Aini, and which is so it would have been like very silky, very bamboo-y, very smooth, very drapey, comfy, cozy kind of pattern, kind of workup. This is supposed to be super cropped. I'm not in that phase of my life anymore, so I did make this it's still a cropped cut, but not as like cropped as it was supposed to be. I'm really happy with the outcome of this. It fits really nice. My main thing that I don't love is I wish the straps were a little bit wider and I wish they flowed a bit more seamlessly. I know, like, I feel like it could have gone a little bit more seamless in the front and then, you know, stitch in the back, but instead they have you pick up stitches and then do that. So I wish it was a little bit more seamless and a little bit thicker. A mistake that I made, which I make all the time when I'm rushing, I didn't do an elastic bind off on the top bit. So it is a little bit snug up here. That's my fault. It doesn't look that way, but it feels that way. I do love the outcome of it though. This was knit up with Barocco Maya. It is their cotton. That's their 100% cotton. Yeah, this is their 100% cotton in cocoa. And this is the one that I got in my yarn haul. So I'm trying to work through all of the amazing yarns that I got at Unwind in Savannah, Georgia. And this was the first one. It took me about a week to knit up and I love it. It's my first time playing with cotton. And it's my second yarn playing with Barocco. So I really like the brand. I have the same one in a really nice like oceanic blue, very tealy, vibrant blue, that I'm tempted to kind of make probably into a very similar tank top. Maybe I will adjust the stitch count to be able to make it wider and have it make sense, or do a cross back. I don't really do a lot of cross backs, but that could be fun. I don't know, spice up something with the knits this year. But this is going to be a great staple. I'm excited that it is done. I'm excited to have it. Cotton is going to be great this year. It knit up so quickly, and if you knit it, it is a free pattern as well, but if you knit it the way that she recommends, it would take you like no time to do because it is so cropped. It's very heavy on the 2x2 and then very skinny on the stockinette and then very skinny on the 2x2 and then the straps. But looking at the picture, my straps do look exactly the same as hers, so I guess that's the look she was going for. I think that if I had done it in an elastic bind off, it wouldn't feel like maybe they're as snug as they are, but you can't tell really. Just I can feel it. But I'm very excited to have one out of these 6 patterns already done. Yeah, that's a huge win. It's the beginning of February. I can only go up from here, okay? But it is going to be about, I talk about how hot it is here like every video. But it is going to be like 900 degrees for the rest of the year. So we're already, it snowed, what, last week? it snowed less than 2 weeks ago, okay? And now it is in the 80s, and it will only get hotter until next January. So I'm gonna get a lot of use out of this, and I'm pumped to have the mindset and skill set for summer knits, because before I was always scared, and as you all, if you've been following the videos the last couple months, I just started knitting sweaters in the fall. So everything that I've been making up until now has been, you know, blankets and scarves and beanies and like knick-knacky things like that, more accessory wise, and then I started doing into sweaters. So having the skill set now to be able to do summer and spring knits is going to be so fun. And I'm also really excited to get them done for my kids. I do have 2 very little ones, and they aren't woolly kids. They're very tender skinned. So playing with the different fibers of the bamboos and the cottons and things like that is going to be really, really fun this summer. So first project done, the Swift tank. It is complete. I am super stoked to have it done and ready to go today. The second pattern that we're going to talk about is one that I have been thinking about for a while. I have to watch the time because I'm going live in 15 minutes. But one I've been thinking about for a while, and that is the Sailor Swift top. I guess we're very Swifty today, but the Sailor Swift is from Kudavakika. It is a black and white, it's a black and white striped tank that is more seamless. So this was essentially a tube top that you added straps onto. This is worked in 2 pieces and then joined in the round, and it is going to be beautiful. I can't decide what I want to do. I keep looking at the pictures, and I have them all right here for reference. I keep looking at them and I don't know which color I want to be dominant on me. If I want a bold white with a skinny black or a bold black with a skinny white, I just don't know. But I will be using the Sidar Snuggly Cashmere Merino in, obviously, black and white. So I already have one of each. I got both of these from Unwind when I went there for my yarn haul a couple weeks back. And this is a blend, obviously. This is a wool acrylic and cashmere blend. So there's a lot of structure here. It will be wicking, it will be soft, it will be the things, and this will be perfect when it does start to get back into the 60s and 70s, more towards like October. This is going to be great. I'm really, really, really excited about this. And I told you guys I want something in black and white. And I feel like this is going to be perfect. This was the perfect pattern because it's already done up. I don't need to play with colors. I could if I want, but I don't need to. They're all right here. So like I see on here, she has like an orange and white one too. It's very like, all of my children are crying. I don't know what's going on. There's also a blue and white. And so you could play with colors if you want. I'm just really craving something black and white. I feel like the bold black with the white stripe, skinny stripe would be really cute. I am a very pale person, so I don't wear a ton of white on my complexion because it does really bring out how pink and pale I am. So this is the next one on the list. The next one, the third knit that I plan on doing this spring, is the Rigmore Tee from Petite Knit. Now so many children are crying. I really enjoyed the anchor sweater. I've knit it 3 times. I really love it. I'm actually tempted to knit an anchor tee for the summer, but I'm gonna kind of put that on the back because I already have the anchor sweater and I have all these other things that I want to play with pattern wise. The Rigmore tee is really cool because it has some little bit of a lacier detail to it. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna do something kind of funky, but I did knit it up into like a little, not a swatch, but I made a little square just to see how this would work up. And I'm gonna use the Knitting for Olive Purple Unicorn mohair. Okay, so this guy that I did my ribbed unicorn sweater in. And I'm gonna do the Amano Aini, which is this just khaki. This is a bamboo silk blend, if I remember correctly, mixed with the mohair together. So we're gonna do a purple and brown vibe with this Rigmore tee, and I feel like it'll give it a little bit, just enough fluff, but be a bit drapier because of this. Like, it will just give the bamboo more structure, is what my mind is saying to me. Now, if that doesn't make sense to you, please let me know. But in my brain, that makes sense, to because I really love this yarn. I did my Not Quite Cables skirt with the Amano Aini mixed with the Languiza, and it's just the perfect texture for the weather around here. And so I feel like adding this type of mohair to it will just give a little bit more structure to it, to something that's already kind of a drapey t-shirt anyway. And I haven't played with any other petite knit patterns other than the anchor sweater, and I love the way that one fits. So I know her sizing is kind of what I'm looking for. It's very, very elegant, very like tailored in, but not in like a suck you in kind of way, just in a very tasteful manner. And I feel like this could make it super fun. The sheen that comes from this Knitting for Olive Purple Unicorn is really cool, so it could give it just a little spice of some sort. But I found this pattern the other day and I was like, the little like motif that's on it is so cute. And yeah, so that is the fourth one I will be working on. The fifth one I'll be working on is called the Ivy sweater. The Ivy sweater is one that I just recently found, and I think it just looks cool. It just looks comfortable, okay? So it's a top down with a fingering weight, with a very lacy arm, very lacy top, like very like lacy up here, and then just standard down below. So very like lacy, see-through-y kind of lacy up top, and then just stockinette ribbing. I'm going to be using the hand-dyed yarn that they have at the Hobby Lobby. I've had this yarn for about 3 years. It is variegated, which I don't like variegated clothing. I think it's just not my thing. I like standard colors, but I think that this could knit up pretty cool with this, because I did knit, again, just a little square so that I could see what it would look like in that, with that needle size. And it doesn't look as like, it never looks as crazy as it does in your ball or as your hank or in your whatever. It doesn't look as crazy when you knit it up necessarily. So I'm hoping that using a multicolored yarn isn't going to kind of wash out the lacy texture. I'm hoping that it just brings different kinds of like peekaboos to it. That's my hope, at least. But I do really love the feel of this yarn. It was very expensive, considering it was from Hobby Lobby. It was like $15, $20, something like that when I bought it. And so I hate that it's just been sitting here. I hate that. And this is, I'm just trying to work through yarns that I've had sitting here for a minute, plus yarns that were just hauled in and yarns that were gifted to me. I just need to start cycling some of these things that have been sitting so that I can start playing with different textures. And this one has just been sitting here forever. I do have a lot of it. This is just one that I didn't know how to wind yarn when I bought this. And so of course I now have like a million little balls of this, but I will be knitting the Ivy sweater with this. And I'm excited about it. I think it'll be cute. The next one that I will be working on, I started is loose. I cast on the stitches, okay? I started it last night, and it's kind of a pain in the butt already, because you're immediately, I've never worked with a pattern that is bottom up, first of all, and then I've never worked in a pattern that immediately starts off with lace details, so this is new for me. But it will be the Trilo Tee, which is, where are you? Where are you from? By Sachinko Bergen. So it's a lace knit. Okay, so it's lace weight yarn with bigger needles, not big needles, but the size 7s. The farthest I've gotten is casting on the stitches, which last night I was very distracted. I mean, I have two little ones, so when you're trying to count and trying to get things together, you're getting up and down a lot, okay? So this is what the pattern looks like. You're immediately starting off in a chart, and I was off with my stitches by like 4, so it just didn't, the math wasn't mathing. And so I was like, oh, let me see if I can just like wing it. And then I was like, no, be a better knitter this year. Start over. You're not that far into the project, just start over. And so I did. I started over, and so that's what I got. But I'm going to be using the Mountaintop yarn in Winter Wonderland, which again is another variegated yarn. So I guess I say I don't like it, but I'm trying to do it. It's going to be super fluffy It's going to be super flowy because it is a big needle with lace weight. It's supposed to be a very like elegant top, and I am pumped. I found this last night and I was like, oh my God, this is so beautiful. And I wanted to play with different weighted yarns for my spring knits. This one is going to knit up fast, but it's going to be a little bit more patience at the beginning because it does start off with the lace at the bottom and work its way up. Also, it's a learning curve for me to be working bottom up on something that has like raglan stitches. So we'll see how it goes. It also has the lace detail again on the sleeve. So I think it's going to be just a very perfect summer flowy top, and the pale purpley grays and things like that. It's very moody, and I think that it'll fit. I think it'll fit this top just perfectly. My last knit for spring is the Poisoned Apple tee. This t-shirt has haunted me literally for years, this pattern, okay? Because it is so different from what I've ever done. It doesn't look hard, but when I first started knitting, it looked so hard because it is mohair in the front and then everything else is different. So it's like, it just looks so complex, and it's got the puff sleeve and everything. It is stunning. I've been obsessed with this shirt. I don't have yarn picked out for this. I wanted to do, it's a lace weight mixed with a DK. Okay, so you have your lace in the front, everything else is DK. I'm thinking a white with maybe a gray, or maybe a white with a gray, or, oh, I just don't even know. Like, I just don't know what to do with this. So if you look at me in the comments, tell me what colors to do with the Poison Apple tee, because I just don't know what to do. I don't know what, I want it to be like super, this is like my bougie top, okay? This is my bougie choice for this selection. And it's going to be so freaking cute for fall with some boots and some jeans. And it's going to be so cute for summer with some shorts or a skirt. And it's just like, I feel like it's the year-round top. And I want it to look really nice. Like, I could even make it red with like white. Very Valentine's-y, but still like that's very, I want this one to be bougie. So give me some recommendations on what you think I should do color-wise. I would truly appreciate that, because that's the only one I don't have any plans for. And I want to have plans for that one, because that's the one where I think that's the one I feel the most pressure with. I love that the model is doing blues. I think that's very beautiful, but I have so much blue and purple freaking yarn, guys, that I need more color in my life. So let's switch it up. I don't even have pink. It's literally, it's brown, purple, purple, blue, purple, blue, 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 blue. Like, that's all I'm looking at on my shelf. And down here, again, it's blue, purple, brown, purple, black and white. So let's spice it up with a different color. Give me a recommendation based off of what you think I would look halfway decent in. Those are it for my spring knits, guys. Those are the 6 patterns that I will be working, well, 5, because I already finished one. Those are the 5 patterns I will be working on this spring. I will be filming a video doing a beginning to end for each one, I think, and then just doing a final video where I show all my spring knits. I think that sounds fun because I do post every 2 weeks. That will give me enough time to get a huge chunk into some of these projects. I do have some whips. My October sweater has been put on hold because Rowan has been taking an eternity to send me yarn, and I have 5 minutes. Last time I bought yarn from Rowan, it came in a yellow envelope with just a skein in it. I don't know what that deal is. I was kind of unusually, it comes in a box with, you know, a little more aesthetically pleasing because it's not a cheap yarn. So I don't know what's going on with Rowan right now with the felted tweed situation, but my October sweater does look beautiful. I do have yarn coming at some point, so that's up there. And also just my 2x2 of universal yarn scarf got put on hold as just like a killing time kind of keeping my hands busy, not having to think project, because it is 80 degrees now. I do not need a wool scarf. So that'll be what I'm working on like throughout the year as just my filler project. So those are the only 2 whips I have on right now, which is why I'm casting this one on so that I can get it going. And I think that's it, guys. I think that's all I have to share is just, yeah, those are my spring knits. Thank you so much for joining me today. I am going live in 4 minutes every single Sunday. I go live from 11 to 12 a.m. Eastern for to be your local, to be your virtual fiber friend, your virtual fiber buddy. We just knit, we just hang out and craft together. Take whatever craft you want. You can crochet, you can quilt, you can stitch, whatever you feel like doing, and we just chat and we just hang out for an hour. So if you're interested in doing that, please come hang out with me. And if not, I do post them immediately after, so if it's not a good time for you, you can always tune in later. And that's it, guys. All right, well, have a beautiful day. Happy knitting. Thank you for coming. If you like these videos, please like and subscribe, and see you guys in the next one. Bye.